Welcome to Creepy and Geeky. I'm your host, Robert, and today I'm talking to Ashley Thomas about Final Destination 3. But first, Violet Hammond is subbing in for Donna this week to talk about the latest stuff. How's it going, Donna? All right. How's it going, Violet? I'm so used to saying Donna, it just slipped. It even says Violet in my script, and I
Oh
still said
my
Donna.
God, that was so
Yeah, it was
funny.
great.
I'm
Yeah.
doing great. How are you?
I'm doing all right. I'm a little punchy from a recent move, like very recent. Yesterday, we moved all our stuff into a new apartment, so it's a little fresh. Still, I don't know if the microphone will be picking up all the echo in
Mm,
here,
mm-hmm.
but hopefully it's not too bad.
No, I don't hear
So,
anything. And
all
you're
right.
gonna talk to my podcast sister today. That's wonderful.
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
Yay.
Yeah. So, yep, I got still in the middle of my Final Destination series. Um, but yeah,
Which
you and
I
I,
opted out of.
you did. You were like, I'm not watching that,
I'm like, I'm
and
not doing this.
I don't blame you. It's a fairly gory series, so
No,
um,
you'll catch me next time on something else.
yeah. Yeah, but yeah, I got a few trailers to talk about, and I did go see one movie this last week.
Mm.
So I went and saw the new The Running Man.
Oh, you saw that. Okay.
Yeah, yeah,
All
that was
right.
a lot of fun. I'm hoping to go see a couple of other movies. I was hoping to go see a couple tonight. I don't think I'm going to be able to go see any tonight. So there's a couple of other newer ones. Now I'm blanking on what they are. The Keeper, or no, just Keeper, and Now You See Me, Now You Don't. So
Yeah. Okay.
yeah, so I'm hoping to go see both of those at some point this week. But I also have a ticket already to go see the new Sisu uh, movie, which is a crazy action flick. So
Ah. Okay.
it's a sequel to the original. So fingers crossed. But talk about the Running Man. The Running Man is
Mm-hmm.
really good. I know there's a lot of people who are critical of the ending of it. And I've
Yes,
seen some
that's what I've
reviews.
heard. Yeah.
Yeah, because they did twist the ending a bit. I didn't mind it.
Okay.
I liked it a lot. I very much enjoyed this movie. It was a lot of fun. Um, I which I already knew from the trailers I was probably going to have fun with it. So
Yeah.
it was a low bar to set for me. Edgar Wright, Glenn Powell in a Running
Yes.
Man
Coleman
adaptation. Coleman Domingo.
Domingo.
He's in it, but he's kind of barely in it.
Oh, all right. Well, that's disappointing.
He's not as prevalent. Yeah. So, but you got
Oh.
Coleman Domingo, Josh Brolin, Michael Cera, William H. Macy. They're all
Mm-hmm.
in
Hmm.
small roles.
Yeah.
But no, it was a lot of fun. It's a more literal adaptation of the original source
Mm-hmm.
novel by Stephen King than the 1987 Arnold Schwarzenegger one.
Right.
Um, which I love the original movie as well, but I really enjoyed this one a lot, and I like that Edgar Wright took the more literal adaptation of it,
Yeah.
and it really worked. It was one of those things too where I had seen the original movie, and then a few years later, when I got into Stephen King, I read the novel and was like, "Oh
Mm-hmm.
my God, this novel is really good!" Like I'm surprised they didn't adapt so much of this stuff. And then so I've been like, it's been what, Jesus, 38 years since that original movie.
Yeah.
And and I've been waiting for however long after that, whenever I read the book, for an actual adaptation. So I finally got it. I'm glad. And I'm glad
Good.
Edgar Wright got to do it too, because it was fantastic. So I may talk about that movie on the episode on an episode in the future for to add as a part of my Edgar Wright series
Yes. Oh, that
of
would be
movies that
fun.
I already did. Yeah.
Yes.
So yeah, no, but it was a lot of fun. It's very fun, and very of our time. Speaks to our time
Yes.
a lot. So
Yes.
yeah, so
So
it's been a
you,
pretty good year for Stephen King adaptations. So
yes, because Long Walk is him too, right? Yeah.
Long Walk, The Life of Chuck,
Mm.
Welcome to Derry is now on HBO.
Oh,
Um, So
Every
yeah.
time I turn on HBO Max and that's there, I have to like flip away from it really quickly. Oh my God. I'm like, get off my
Yeah.
screen. Get out of
So yeah.
here.
So yeah, it's been a fantastic year. The Monkey is one of my favorite movies of the
All
year.
right. Yeah.
That was also by him. So
He's
yeah. All right. Well, let's go ahead and start with you. What did you bring me today?
okay. So, I saw one movie, but it was last week. I do want to see Running Man. So I've wanted to see that since I saw the trailer the first time over the summer. So I
Yeah.
definitely want to see that. I'm opening a show this week, so I can't really like run around. Um, but I saw Predator Badlands last week.
Oh, what did you think?
Yes. I loved it.
It was
I
great.
really did. Yeah.
Yeah.
I loved Prey, which I wasn't
Yes.
expecting to when I watched that. And I watched that with my son because he loves all things Predator. He loves the Predator. So I watched Prey with him and I was like, this is actually like a great movie. Like, I'm super into this. It
Yeah.
wasn't very, like, it is obviously violent and brutal at
Yeah.
times, but it was like, had so much emotion and was so well acted that I was totally into it.
Yeah.
So I had to take my son because obviously he loves Predator. So we went to go see Predator Badlands. I bought him the popcorn helmet thing. So we've got that's downstairs in the house. But yeah, I loved it. I loved
Yeah.
how it was almost like a foreign language movie in a way.
Yeah.
Like I
Yeah.
loved the interactions between the characters. I loved how I don't want to spoil anything, but I loved how everything that he learned informed his behavior over the course of the
Yes.
movie. Like
Yeah.
that I found it really fascinating and well made and exciting. And I really loved it. It might be one of my favorite movies I saw this year for sure.
Yeah. No, yeah, definitely. Yeah, I loved it. I thought it was really good. There's some people who like are not as happy with it, I saw, because
Mm-hmm.
they claim it's the Disneyfication of the Predator franchise. But I don't see it that way. Like I get their reasoning for it is because it wasn't an R-rated movie and that it was a PG-13. The only reason why that was because there was no human blood in it.
There's no red
Um,
blood. Yeah.
yep. And that's literally Dan Trachtenberg said, the director, he said he did not set out to make a PG-13 movie. He set out to make an R-rated movie.
Yeah.
It was just because there was no human blood in the movie that they got a PG-13. So,
It would, yeah, because it is still violent.
oh,
It's
it's
not,
not,
it's,
if
yeah.
there had been humans, it would have been messing people up. So, yeah,
Yes.
it just definitely,
It's all synths and
yeah,
creatures.
scents and creatures, yeah.
Yeah.
So I love it, and I think that Dan Trachtenberg is great. I honestly like. Hopefully, he's not bored with the Predator franchise, and Disney lets him keep playing around in it because
Mm,
he's 3 for 3 between Predator, Badlands, and Killers. Have you
I
seen that one yet?
I know he has. He watched it,
Yeah,
but
yeah. You should
I'd
watch
like
it.
it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's really cool because it's 3 different time periods where in the past where
Mm-hmm.
predators have come to Earth and hunted. And it has implications that were not picked up in Badlands,
Mm,
but it has implications for the future. Um, so
okay.
stay for the credits is what I'm saying. So
Got it. Okay.
yeah.
Okay. Yeah.
But yeah, no, I'm
Loved
glad
it.
you got to see it. It's so good. It was such a fun time. Definitely high up there for movies for this year. So
Yeah. Looks so good in
yeah,
IMAX. It was like,
yeah, I saw it in IMAX also. I saw
yeah.
both. I saw both Badlands and Running Man in IMAX. Now, for me, I don't know. IMAX is just big. It's just a bigger
Yeah.
screen for me, and it's nothing really that special to me. It's fine. Um, I don't know what it is. Maybe just my theater's IMAX isn't that great, but I mean, it works for me. It's fine. So,
I
but
don't know. When it looks bad in IMAX, I notice. So I guess,
yeah. It
yeah.
definitely didn't look. Neither one of these looked bad in IMAX.
Mm-hmm.
So.
Mm-hmm.
So,
Yeah.
all right. Well, good. I'm glad you got to see that, and I'm excited to that you know that you're getting into Predator. Have you seen the rest of the Predator movies previous to all this?
I mean, I probably saw like while walking through the living room, the first one when my dad and my brother watching it. Like I know I've
Yeah,
seen it, but I can't whatever. Predator 2, I know I've seen fairly recently because it's one of my son's sick day movies. So I don't know why
That's
he
an
really
interesting
likes that
choice.
one. I
Yeah.
think he likes it because of the whole scene when Danny Glover goes into the ship at the end. I know that's why, but
Yeah.
it's like just watch that. Why are we watching this
Yeah.
whole movie?
That's funny.
Yeah.
Too funny.
So I know I've seen that, but I don't think I've seen, and I definitely haven't seen any of the Alien versus Predator ones because the Alien freaks me out.
Yeah.
Yep.
Yeah.
I've
No.
seen more of those than Predator, but like,
Yeah.
yeah, those are close my eyes. Just like when we did It Follows for the Halloween special for
Yeah.
movieversaries, and I was like, I am pretty sure I had my eyes closed for 60% of this movie.
Oh my
So
God. And
yeah,
that movie's not even that scary.
dude, like yeah. I can't remember if I told you this story, but yeah, because obviously movieversaries, we're doing movies that were released in
Yeah.
years ending in five. And the general release of It Follows was 2015, but the
Mm.
festival release was 2014. So I just Googled and I said, oh, here, this is a scary movie. We can do this for Halloween. And then Bo said, we can't do this. It was 2014. And I said, I'm not going to have watched this. And then we're not going to talk about it. We have to talk about it. So we
Yeah.
bent, we bent the
I
rules
don't,
a
I
little.
don't, yeah, but I don't follow festival rules because that's like general releases when I like that.
Mm,
Because I mean, festival releases like early screenings, in my opinion, like preview screenings, like that's the kind of
yeah.
stuff that they use to tweak the movie still sometimes too. So even
Yeah.
for me, for stuff that I do anniversary type stuff whenever I've done that, it's like, no, I do it based on the general
You'll do
release
general
because
release.
yeah,
Yeah.
yeah.
No, he goes by festivals because his other podcast is Academy Watch, which is,
Mm,
so the festivals are a big deal to him. So he goes by festival.
yeah.
I mean, It Follows played at Cannes, which is insane, but it did. It was at
Yeah,
the Cannes Film
yeah,
Festival. So
yeah, yeah.
that
That's
movie
interesting.
scared the hell out of me. I was terrified. I had nightmares
Oh,
for
too funny.
2 nights.
Oh
And when I
Lord.
was on my walk, I kept like looking behind me, thinking something was following me. Like
Well,
I
there's
was
a
really freaked
sequel
out.
coming.
I know I'm not happy about it. I will not, I'll not be running to see that because oh my gosh, it really freaked me out. It was great. It was a great conversation that we had about it, but I was terrified.
Yeah,
Yeah.
that's so funny. All right. Okay. Well, my first thing that I've got is a trailer just dropped, like a teaser trailer for Monarch season two. Monarch,
Oh,
what is it? Legacy of Monsters,
uh-huh.
season two on Apple. So I'm excited for that because big Godzilla fan, big MonsterVerse fan,
Mm-hmm.
and I very much enjoyed the first season of Monarch, building out that whole side of the MonsterVerse, which is great
Mm-hmm.
because it's great the movies kind of focus more on the like the big beat 'em ups and stuff like that, where this show gets to delve into um the organization that tracks and monitors all these creatures.
Yes.
So it's exciting. Looks like Kong is going to be a huge part of this season.
Yay.
So um, definitely looks fun. Lots of new kaiju to deal with. So
Yay. Yeah,
or titans as they're called in the MonsterVerse.
that is correct. That's what they say. Coincidentally, I just watched Godzilla X Kong with my son last night. So
Okay.
we were screaming at the television, very happy.
That one's really like that one is like probably the most um like fan like depending on what you consider for fan. I used to be one of these people that I used to just really want the monster fights and not didn't care
Mm-hmm.
about all the human drama aspects
Yeah.
of it all and stuff like that. I've kind of reversed on that. Um but Godzilla X Kong is definitely like almost all monster fights.
Oh,
It's like
yeah,
it's
the whole
crazy.
time it's crazy.
But
It's
it also
so
has Dan.
good.
It also has Dan Stevens hamming it up so good, and I
God,
love him
I
in that.
love him
So
so much. He is so
yeah,
much fun. Yes,
yeah.
he is
I wish
great.
he
I love
did. I
Rebecca
wish.
Hall in it too. She
Yeah,
does a
yeah,
great job.
yeah, yeah. She carries
Brian
over from the
Tyree
last movie.
Henry, he's so
Yeah,
fun. Yeah,
yeah.
it's fun. The humans in it are a lot of fun. And then yeah, you
Yeah.
got Kong, you got Godzilla, you got bad guys. And I'm not gonna say the big M in case people haven't seen it, but there's more.
Yeah.
So good.
But yeah, check out, and if anybody hasn't watched the first season Monarch,
Hmm.
definitely go back and watch that. It's so good. Kurt Russell and Wyatt Russell perfectly cast as the same character,
I
both
love
young
that.
version and older version.
I love
So
that they
good.
do that.
Yeah,
Yes.
it's so good.
Because he does. He
Um,
looks so much like his dad.
you know,
Every time I see him, I'm like, oh my God.
it wasn't until this show and then they superimposed them at one point that I was
Mm,
like, oh my God, they do look the same.
they look so
So
much alike.
yeah,
Yeah.
it's crazy.
I think it wasn't until I feel like you and I have had this conversation before. We like it's just deja vu at this point, but I think I never really like I knew obviously there was a resemblance, but what really got me was rewatching The Thing for Halloween last year. And you look at Kurt Russell in that and it's like, "Oh my God, his son looks just like him." Like he
Yeah.
looks just like him.
Yeah, no, it's definitely a good strong family resemblance there.
Yes.
So yeah. Um but yeah, I love this show. I thought it was really fun watching it for the first season. And I'm excited. I was hoping they'd
Good.
get a second season, but it hadn't been announced or anything. Not right away, but then it did get announced, and everything uh, worked out, and I'm excited, and I hope it'll be a lot of fun.
Good. That's awesome.
So yeah, fingers crossed. All right, what's your next thing?
My next thing is a movie I have to see this week because I am talking about it a week from today. So it is the trailer for Wicked for Good.
All right.
Yeah, as I said, I have to see this because I'm booked in to discuss it on Real Talk. It's going to be the sequel to our discussion on the first Wicked movie. So we're going to be in there talking about it. Me and Sam, who's the host of Real Talk, and Andy from Frame to Frame, and also my co host on Movieversaries. We're going to discuss whether or not this Wicked movie changes the way I feel about Wicked, which
So
I don't like Wicked.
okay, yeah, I was gonna say
Did you see the first one?
no,
Okay.
no. I don't
Yeah.
I don't really care about the universe. I did listen to your guys' episode, I think,
So
about it.
you've heard me rag on Wicked
Yeah.
then for an
Yeah.
hour. Yes.
Yeah. Yeah.
You probably would agree with me. But I mean, also, it's just like it's very inside baseball for me because obviously, like, I work in theater. So,
Yeah.
and this is one of those like theater kid shows. Everybody's like, oh my God, Wicked. And I don't like it. I am the outlier. Most people are obsessed with Wicked, but I don't like it. The second act of Wicked is atrocious. So, if they manage to, one, justify the fact that they broke this into two movies in order to flesh out the story and not make it seem like the great cash grab of Oz, I will be impressed. Number
Right.
two, if they are able to fix the second act and make it interesting and put enough into it so that I feel like I'm actually watching the story, I will be impressed. So I'm going
Yeah.
into it cautiously optimistic, but I guess you'll have to listen to Real Talk to find out what I think. So that's coming out this week.
I will say
So,
that I think listening to your guys' episode made me curious about the movie.
mm,
Um, but not enough to have watched it yet.
yeah.
That maybe there's like three franchises that I this is one of three franchises that I kind of it's not refused to watch, but have no interest in watching.
Yeah.
But I've also been mildly interested in watching as well.
Mm-hmm.
It's like a masochistic side that apparently
Well,
that is just like,
yeah.
okay, maybe I should watch these just to see if they're actually terrible, not
Mm,
just because I think they're terrible.
yeah.
Um, And so this is one of those. The other one is unfortunately one of your favorites, which is the Twilight franchise.
Oh, wait, you've
And
never seen a Twilight movie?
I've seen the first one,
Okay,
so and I didn't care, and I didn't care for it. And I think I read about
well,
like 50 pages through the first book, and it was just like, yeah, this is not for me.
no.
So, so, but I have heard some, like watch some like short videos and stuff like that on like people talking about it, people who are fans, but
Hmm.
also people who are looking at it critically enough that they understand like, okay, yeah, these are silly.
Yeah.
But there is merit to them also. And so I'm like, okay, maybe I should watch these, just try to watch them,
Oh,
get the information or whatever. But I still haven't done that. And the other
no.
one is the Avatar series. So
Oh, yeah. I've only seen the first one. I know the whole world went to go see the second one, but I was like, I
I,
don't care. Yeah.
I have not seen any of them. Not seen
Okay.
any of them. Don't care to see any of them. Like they're playing the trailer for the third one now in
Yes, they
theaters,
are
and I'm just like,
hammering you with it.
yeah, and I'm just like, I like it's not interesting enough. Like that's
No.
the thing is like, so I'm tempted to kind of hate watch all of these, but just to sit there and go, yeah, this just justifies that I just don't like these.
Oh
So,
my God.
um,
Well,
but
if you hate watch Twilight, I need to be involved. That's all I'm
I
saying.
know, I
Because
know. Oh,
you
too funny.
know.
Yeah. But yeah, no. So other than that, but yeah, I'm not interested enough to go see Wicked, so I won't be going and seeing that. I'll go see Sisu instead this week.
There you go. Yes. Yes. But
All
I
right.
I have to with the hope that with the hope that they pull it off.
Yeah.
I'm rooting for
Fi-
them.
I'm fingers crossed for you.
Yeah.
So all right. So my next thing is there's a new trailer out for Fallout Season 2, which is a Amazon Prime TV show based on the video game. And season one was pretty good. I
I loved
enjoyed it
it.
a lot. It was a lot of fun.
Yeah. I thought it
I've
was great.
never played any of the games, never even watched any gameplay or anything like that. I know my
Really?
son has enjoyed some of the video games. I bought one of the games. I bought New Vegas
Okay.
not too long ago for my Steam Deck, but I still haven't played it yet. And so
It's a time suck. It's a real time suck. That's
I mean,
that I will say that. Yeah.
I love the TV show so far, and I like the universe that it's in. And my son said that it's fairly accurate to
It is.
the games.
It
So,
is. Yeah.
so I'm like, I'm on board for season two. It looks like it's going to be a lot more fun, and a lot of more fun.
Yes, yes.
And so, yeah, it's just I don't know what more to say about it, but it looks interesting, and I'm on board for it.
Yeah.
So
No, I'm excited. I'm looking forward to seeing more of that show.
yeah,
Walton Goggins is getting his bag. Like
yeah,
he's
yeah,
just out there all over the place. A million commercials, White Lotus and Fallout.
yeah,
He's like, people want to see me, I will be in everything. He's becoming Pedro
yeah.
Pascal.
It was so funny too because I watched what was it? Did I watch? I watched something, yes, that it was about like the death of the movie star
Mm,
and about how like we're in an area where there's no real movie stars anymore. It used to
yes,
be like, Schwarzenegger, Tom Cruise, Stallone, their names alone carried a movie.
correct.
And everything. And so they were just like, and they were the way the video, because it was a YouTube video, was talking about it was kind of like as if there was something, it was something negative about that. And I'm of the opinion, number one, no, there's not a negative. I like that these people are more like it's about the movie now. Like,
Mm,
and it's not about, sure, you still are going to be interested in certain stars. I like Glenn Powell, so that was part of the
yeah.
reason why I wanted to see Running Man. If it had been like somebody else that I don't like, Joaquin Phoenix,
Mm-hmm.
that I tend to not want to go see those movies,
Right,
even if the movie itself seems interesting.
right.
Um, so I do think that there are movie stars. I think it's a weird thing to say. Like, I don't get me wrong, I don't think that their names alone are carrying these movies. I think that it's a combination of things. But I do think that there are still people who are there. And I think what was it somebody said in the comments, it was more about how um uh because nowadays people are kind of rejecting that because you saw that earlier this year when Pedro Pascal, that's what brought this to mind. When Pedro
Mm-hmm.
Pascal was in like three movies back to back at the theaters.
Yeah.
It's not one, it wasn't his fault. It's all those studios popping those out at the same time.
Yes.
And two, um, like why was that a bad thing? Like he's getting his money, he's doing jobs, he's a great actor.
Yeah.
Um, it just happened that they were back to back to back, and people used to love that. People
Yeah.
would have killed in the 80s for back to back Schwarzenegger movies, you
Yes.
know?
Yeah.
So
Exactly.
it is this weird rejection of that because that's what happened was when those three movies hit this year, people were just like, "Oh, I'm so tired of seeing Pedro Pascal." Don't go to the movies then. Like,
Number one, I'll never be tired of seeing Pedro Pascal. Number
right?
two, like
He's a
I
great actor.
I hear a lot of that, like, oh, there's no movie stars, nobody can open a movie. But to be honest, like the box office has not rebounded
No,
at
no,
all. Like
and it
every year
likely
is
will never
disappointing.
rebound.
I
Yeah.
know. Every year is
People have to
disappointing.
stop, and people have to stop thinking that every Marvel movie has to make $1 billion. Number one, they're
That's
not
never
trying to
going to
make a
happen.
billion.
Yeah.
It's never going to happen. That was a over 10-year like experiment that they
Yep.
managed to pull off to
Yep.
get to Endgame. They will never be able to do that again. They
No.
they they can't. They haven't been able to replicate that magic yet. And two, everybody has to remember that rocky road that I have talked
Yeah.
about this on the show before. The
Hmm.
rocky road that it took Marvel to get from Iron Man to Endgame. There was a
Yeah.
lot of not stinkers, but there was a lot of unevenness getting
Hmm.
to that point.
Yeah.
Not every movie was super great
No.
in those first three phases. And so I'll admit there's been some missteps since then,
Yes.
but
Yes.
I argue that most of the movies have actually been pretty good. And so we'll see if they've managed to pull off everything leading up to Secret Wars. We've only got four movies. No, only three more movies. Like Spider-Man, the next Spider-Man movie,
Hmm.
Doomsday, and Secret Wars, and that's
Yep.
it. Like
I
it's so
know.
weird, it's so bizarre.
It feels strange, but yeah, we'll see.
Uh,
We'll
but
see how that goes.
but yeah, I mean the days of the movie star who can carry a movie, I think that's over. But I also think the days of theatrical movies are starting to wind down too.
I
Um,
mean, I hope not
I
because
hope not either. There is
yeah,
something about the experience of going to the movies, but at the same time, in the world of the technology that we have
I know.
now, I don't think it's as necessary.
Yeah.
One thing it used to be, I mean, TV was supposed to be the death knell of theaters. It didn't
Right.
happen. They had
Right.
to adjust. Sure, there were a lot of people who stopped going to the theaters back then too.
Mm-hmm.
VHS happened. It was the death knell of theaters. It didn't happen then. DVDs, it's happened multiple times, and the theaters still exist. Maybe not as much as they used to, but that era is over. So we just
Yeah.
have to understand that and adjust with it, and
Yep.
hope that the thing is, theaters will become a niche product, like
Yeah.
even physical media has become.
I know.
Those things will be niche for the niche audiences who really want to have that theatrical experience. And theaters are just going to have to understand that and maybe make smaller theaters, um,
Yeah.
and, you know, deal with smaller audiences. So
Mm.
make it more of an event, which
Yeah.
is how it should be. So anyway, so we got wildly off topic.
We are
Yeah.
tangenting like crazy as usual.
Yeah. All right. So what is your next thing? Let's get back on track.
Well, now I'm kind of wondering if I should talk about something else because we brought up Pedro Pascal. But maybe
No,
instead
go.
of yeah, I might just say that I saw the Mandalorian and Grogu trailer before Predator, and I was obscenely happy about it. So I will
It's
I
so
will
funny
just
too
say
because I thought it was good. I thought it was fun. I'm excited for it because I liked the Mandalorian TV show.
me too.
Um, but it's so funny to see like my son who really kind of fell off with the Mandalorian, like especially by the third season.
The last season
Um,
is okay.
the
It's
last
my
season is
least favorite
definitely
of yeah.
it's definitely lore heavy with stuff that happened in the Clone Wars TV show regarding the Mandalorian.
Yes.
So you have to
Yes.
kind of have that's one of those ones that like they tried to fill in the gaps as best they could, but it is very lore heavy.
Mm-hmm.
And you kind of have to understand some of the stuff that happened on the Clone Wars TV show.
Yes.
Um, I would say definitely go back and watch those. Those are some of my favorite episodes of the Clone Wars, like which
Yeah,
is
I've seen
why The
some of them.
Mandalorian that season was perfect for me because I was
Mm-hmm.
excited about that.
Yeah.
But I'm excited for the movie. But my son was saying that he was actually interested in it, even with what little it shows you. And he was kind of critical of the movie when it first was announced. But
Yeah.
he just says it looks like a fun Star Wars romp. And I think that's again what we have to understand about Star Wars, and it's something my son and I talk at length about, is that Star Wars is a combination of things.
Mm-hmm.
It is a kids show, kids thing, but it's also high adventure and there's some serious stuff in there. And
Yeah.
I think that that's what Star Wars has always kind of done best. And I think that some of the people who are critical of it when they don't get what they want out of it
Yeah.
have to
Yeah.
understand is there's like we had the original trilogy, but right after that, we had the very not great Ewok adventure movies that
Yes.
came out on
Even
TV.
though I love
The
them
no, they're fine, but
because
they're
I
also
was a kid.
terrible. Yeah, and but as a kid, I was just
As
like,
a
oh my
kid, I was
God,
like, this
more
is
Star Wars.
amazing. Yeah.
Oh yeah.
Ewoks.
It's like didn't have anything to do with anything Skywalker. It was like literally random people with the Ewoks, and it was like, okay, I guess I'll deal with that. That's fine. It's still in the Star Wars universe.
Yeah.
And so, I mean that's I think that's what we just have to understand and deal with. I think that's, is pick and choose what you like out of it, and hopefully you'll like
Yes.
this and that other thing. But don't poo-poo whatever it is that's out that you might not like.
Yeah.
So um
Yeah.
just go, hey, this thing isn't for me. Not everybody like I'm glad that they're not going the Andor route. I liked
Mm.
Andor, don't get me wrong.
Mm-hmm.
Andor was a
Mm-hmm.
great show. It dealt with a very specific topic in the Star Wars
Yeah.
universe
Yeah.
that I really enjoyed that they tackled. I don't want all of Star Wars to be like that. Like I need my fantasticalness, I need my silliness, I need all that
Yeah.
stuff that is a combination of what Star Wars is really about. Anyway,
Yeah.
so back to your feelings about the trailer.
Yeah. No, I mean, I felt that it was going to be a romp. And if that's what I get, I will be very, very
Absolutely.
happy. And I hope that it is just a little like extended episode to wrap them up and not
Yeah.
very lore heavy because otherwise how are you going to get people in who didn't watch a show? Like you need
Right.
it
Yeah.
needs to be somewhat accessible for people, but I think it looked like cute and fun enough that hopefully people give it a chance.
Yeah. Absolutely. Agreed. All right. Well, I only have one more thing.
Yay.
And that is my daughter sent me this, but I definitely wanted to talk about it. It's way off the creepy and geeky beat. But there's a new trailer, there's a teaser trailer for The Devil Wears Prada 2.
Oh, yes, there is. I watched it.
So, yes.
Yep.
So every the major actors are back. Anne Hathaway, Emily Blunt, Stanley Tucci, and
Yep.
of course Meryl Streep are all back for this new one. Um, and they don't really show anything; they're just
No,
playing the
it's just
song
them
and
walking
playing them
and
walking.
they get in the
Yeah,
elevator. Uh-huh. I know.
yeah.
Oh,
And
doesn't
so,
matter. I was
yeah.
very excited. Yes.
So I'll admit, I thought the first one was a good movie. I definitely would like. Hopefully, Adrian Grenier is not going to be in this movie because I didn't care for his character at all in the first
No,
movie.
I hope they're broken
So
up.
yeah, very much so.
Yeah, I hope
Um,
they're broken up.
yeah, fingers crossed. Um, but
Yeah, and I
yeah,
hope the
so
the creepy, slimy, sleazy writer guy isn't in this one because he's creepy
oh
and
yeah,
slimy and sleazy.
Simon
Ugh,
Baker's character. Yeah.
he's awful.
Yeah. Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah.
Hopefully they keep them all away, but I'll take everybody else. It'll be fantastic. So
Spoilers for the first Devil Wears Prada movie. The
so
men
yeah,
who are not Stanley Tucci suck.
absolutely. Yes. Stanley Tucci, man,
Oh,
he's doing his Stanley Tucciest.
I
So
love him. I love him so
yeah.
much in that movie. And again, speaking of how people were annoyed at Pedro Pascal for three movies coming out in one year, that's happening to Anne Hathaway next year too. She's three movies
Oh,
coming out.
that's
And
so
it's
funny.
just like how, she's just been working and then this is when they
Yeah,
all
they're just
decide to
timed.
release them all. Yeah.
Yeah, exactly. So they're just timed weird. Yeah. That's the thing. I think people just don't understand just exactly um what how movies are
How it works.
made and
Yeah.
distributed and everything like that. So that general populace, like they think they do, but they just really don't.
No, they have no idea.
So
They can't conceive of the fact that someone could have shot a movie like 5 or 6 years ago.
yeah,
It's like, they
yeah,
finished recording it 5 minutes before it hits the screen. Like that is not
yeah.
what happens.
I'm hopefully the people who are listening to this understand that I record in advance. I know they do.
Yeah.
I don't think anybody who listens to this show is one of these other people that we are making
Hmm.
fun of. My audience is very sophisticated
Of course.
is
They are
awesome. So
cinephiles. They know how it
yeah,
works.
yeah, people
Yes.
who enjoy movies and are not critical of them. So I mean, be critical of them, of course, but not of weird things that are out of their control. So
Exactly.
so anyway, that's all I have. Do you have anything else?
Well, my original thing before I jumped into Mandalorian and Grogu was to tell you that there's now a full trailer for the end of an era. So there's a full trailer out. 'Cause last time I was here, I was talking about how excited I was that in December I was going to get a 6-part documentary and a new Eras Tour film. Now there's a full trailer for the documentary. So and it's very cool and it does look like, in case anyone was wondering, in case any of the listeners like had a burning question in their heart, are we going to talk about the re-recordings in the documentary? It looks like we are in the trailer, so that's
Okay.
awesome. So I am happy that that's in there. So hooray, going to be a very
Well,
happy Swiftie in December.
and I think it's funny too, because I wonder if because she still had one more re-recording album to come
Two.
out. Well, yes.
Mm-hmm.
I think only one that I was interested in.
Reputation.
Yeah, yeah.
She's not going to
Um,
re-record it. Like
I was gonna say,
she's said as much. Well,
yeah.
because that's
Well,
just
because
a
she owns the rights now, so she doesn't
she
need to
doesn't
go back and re-record.
she
So
finished her first album. The
I was
first
gonna
album
say,
is
like,
recorded, but it hasn't
yeah,
been released. And the 20th anniversary of it is going to be in 2026.
I would
So
say,
I
like,
would guess
I would
she'll
still
do it.
re-release it. Yeah.
Yeah, she'll
Um,
re-release a Taylor's version of the first one, but she's never going to do Reputation because she said as much. It was too difficult
yeah,
trying to recreate it. And she
yeah,
didn't really want to get in that headspace again. So I
yeah,
understand that. So
yeah,
she doesn't have to, and I don't think she
yeah,
will. And that's fine because that album is a
yeah,
banger back to back to back
yeah,
to back. Just listen to the album.
yeah. Yeah, no. So I mean, that now that she's got all her rights back, all her masters back and everything like that, she's got no problems with that, which I
Yep.
thought was good.
Yep.
So, you know,
All
and
good.
yeah. So, all right, cool. Well, I appreciate you coming on to help me out with this episode.
Of
Um,
course.
hopefully Donna will be back next week. Um,
Yes. Get better
uh,
soon, Donna.
yeah. Um, and people can follow you. Let them know where they can follow you online.
Sure. Best place is always my link tree. It's linktr.ee/violet.h.310. On there, you will see links to the two podcasts I co host. One is Three Circles, a Disney podcast with Jeff Owen, and the other is Movieversaries. It came up a couple of times as Robert and I were talking here. That is where we celebrate and sometimes reevaluate movies on a significant anniversary. And you will hear the upcoming guest for this episode chatting with me about an amazing movie, her favorite movie ever, Tank Girl, on that Movieversaries feed. It's a great episode, so much fun. You're going to have a great time listening to Ashley, my podcast sister, and all the other links to the podcast that I guest on. And there's a nice little section for creepy and geeky in there. You'll see all of my episodes on my link tree.
All right, great. That's awesome. Thank you so much again. I appreciate it. And I'm sure we'll get you on soon.
Yeah.
If not subbing in for Donna again, we'll get you on for another episode.
Well, yeah.
Probably definitely in the new year because I don't think you'll because not based on what else I have for the rest of this year. So um
Well, I can always come on and talk news, and I did call
yeah.
shotgun on something, so
Yeah, yeah. If it works out, there's no actual confirmed
I know.
knowledge about that. So
Just
yeah.
saying. But yeah, no, I'm sure I'll be back for something.
Um yeah. All right. Well, thank you again, and we'll talk to you soon. And until then, stay
Yay.
creepy. On today's episode, I'm talking to returning guest Ashley Thomas about Final Destination 3. Ashley is a writer at fangirlish.com and the host of podcast 616, We Are Starfleet, Mission Log Genealogy, and the Video Store podcast. Welcome back to the show, Ashley.
Hey, Robert. Thank you for having me back
Yeah.
on.
Yeah, no, definitely. I only have one podcast. You have four, plus you guest on other people's podcasts. That is crazy.
Oh, in complete fairness, I have co-hosts for all of them, so it's not just like me running
True.
the show. So
Yeah.
that definitely helps. If it were just up to me, I don't know that anything would ever get accomplished. So, but yeah, it's always good to be on your show.
Yeah.
I was actually catching up on your show. I don't know about you, Robert, but I love a holiday special.
Yeah, yeah.
And so come Halloween, Thanksgiving, Christmas, I have a certain podcasts that I queue up. One actually is called the Holiday Special Podcast. Uh, and so it's by a guy named Rick Reynolds. Rick covers all of the holidays. And so Halloween, I queue up all his Halloween episodes. Thanksgiving, I queue up
That's
all his
funny.
Thanksgiving episodes. So that puts me like way behind. And I do this for every single holiday, by the way, not just Halloween, Thanksgiving, Christmas, because there are more holiday specials than that. Um,
That's funny.
yeah, but that and then other shows that I listen to on the regular, some of them have Halloween episodes, Thanksgiving episodes,
Right.
etc. Queue all those up. And so by the time October hits, I am woefully behind on everyone's shows. So
Yeah. Oh, it's
anyway.
I'm entirely behind on every show I've listened to because I just have so much going on. I don't drive as much, and
Mm.
driving is usually the only time I listen to podcasts.
Ah, okay.
So, because otherwise I'm too distracted by everything else I can do. Like, because if I try to listen to a podcast when I'm at home, I'll look at my phone or I'll move around too much or something like
Mm-hmm.
that, where it's
Mm-hmm.
just like I'm easily distracted.
Ah,
So
okay.
I gotta
Yeah.
be I gotta be bound by the car to be able to
F
be able
Focusing
to
on one
yeah,
thing
focus
so
on
I
driving.
can
Yeah,
listen to one thing. Yeah.
exactly.
No, I get
So,
it. I get it. Yeah.
but
Cool.
hopefully, you said you're catching up on some of mine. Hopefully you're
Oh
enjoying
yeah.
the episodes
Yeah.
you've been listening to.
Definitely. I was in the middle of um your Agatha All Along coverage with
Oh,
Violet
okay.
Hammond. Yeah.
Yeah, yeah.
Mutual friend Violet Hammond. So,
Yeah,
and
yeah.
that's
She
been
was
really fun because I haven't watched it since it came out earlier this year. So,
yeah, yeah, definitely. Yeah, that was a fun run of episodes too. I love that show. It was a lot of fun to
yeah, yeah. I was like, man, I
watch
really
and
need
talk
to go
about.
rewatch it. Yeah. Is kind of what I'm taking away from it. I was like, man, that was really good.
Yeah,
That was a good time. I need to go
yeah.
revisit that.
All right. Well, today we are here talking about the third installment in the Final Destination series, uh,
Hmm.
aptly titled Final Destination 3.
Yeah.
Um, we we've had the first two that were directly connected to each other, and this one is the first one that's not as connected.
Hmm.
This one is 6 years after the events of the first movie. And so it's been a while. And it involves a bunch of students on senior night at this carnival or fair or whatever it is, where there's roller coasters and all kinds of prizes, games and prizes. And so you meet the whole characters. We get Mary Elizabeth Winstead in an early role, which is great. I love her. She's a lot of fun.
Yep.
Um,
Same.
and um, a cast of other characters. Ryan Merriman's in it. He's pretty well known for some stuff. Also, he's the other guy that helps her kind of figure things out. The interesting thing with this one is that it goes away from the kind of premonitions. I mean, she has an initial premonition about the roller coaster accident, but then after that, most of her premonitions are photo based.
Hmm.
She's got to figure it out based on the photos that she took because she is um, a photographer for the yearbook. Um, so, but yeah, I thought this was a fun movie. I think that by and large, as I've said on the other episodes, this is a fantastic series, and it's one that I enjoy watching. It's very high up there in terms of some of my favorite horror franchises. Um, but how did you like this movie? How do you like the franchise? Um, tell me about your connection to this movie.
Sure. So I only just watched the first film, gosh, maybe 4 years ago.
Mm,
Yeah.
okay.
Yeah. So uh, again, less than 10 years into my horror fandom.
Okay.
So I, got some catching up to do. uh, but um, I was visiting my hometown. I was hanging out with my best buddy, who is a massive horror fan, and she asked she somehow the Final Destination films came up, and I said, oh yeah, you know what, I've never seen those, but I know everybody freaks out about a log truck
You're
on the
right.
interstate.
Yeah.
And I know that's from one of the movies. I don't know which. She's like, they're silly, you want to watch the first one? I'm like, sure. And so we found it on one of those streaming free with ads channels like Tubi or something like that.
Right.
And so we sat down and watched it together, and I'm like, wow, the villain in this movie is a Scooby-Doo trap. Like everything, like to me, like it's just a Rube Goldberg machine,
Yep.
one by one by one by one. And so on that level, I thought they were kind of silly, and I never, but at the same time, like I still really enjoyed the first one. I thought the first one was a good time,
Right.
and so the past couple years, coming up on Halloween, I find like I start all my horror watching in September because I'm not
Right.
gonna have time to watch everything I want to see
Right.
and do everything I want to do come October. So, the past few years, I've picked like a horror franchise where I maybe have seen the first movie or the first couple of movies and have never finished the franchise. So, uh, a couple years ago, I did all of the Nightmare on Elm Street films because I'd only seen the first three. I did the same
Right.
thing with the Friday the 13th films because again, I'd only seen the first two or three. So
Yeah.
decided, you know what, gonna go watch the rest of them. And I was like, yeah, that was, you know what, that was fun. I'm glad I did that. Let's keep doing that. So this year was Final Destination.
Okay.
So in September, I sat down and because they were all streaming on HBO Max, I sat down and I watched
Yeah.
all of them. Besides, and I was kind of interested in seeing Bloodlines. I kind of wanted to get started before then because I wanted to catch Bloodlines at the
Yeah.
theater, and ended up not working out for me to be able to do that. But I wanted to catch Bloodlines in the theater because it was Tony Todd's final film.
Yeah.
Um, so rest in peace, because love Tony Todd.
Yeah. Definitely.
Yeah, yeah. So anyway, I missed it and missed the window on it. Uh, so I was finally glad to sit down and watch the rest. So these are
Right.
all pretty fresh for me. I watched a couple of them in an afternoon, so forgive me if I mush details from
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
a few of them together. But so all that being said, it's not my favorite. I thought one was good. I
Yeah.
thought the second one was pretty good. I liked the twist at the end of the second one.
Yeah.
I like this one okay. I think what's really making this one is Mary Elizabeth Winstead for me.
Hmm.
Also, I get massive anxiety in the opening scene because I'm terrified of heights and do not care for roller coasters.
Yeah.
So all of that was kind of like stressful for me to watch.
Yeah.
Also, one of my best friends from high school, her cousin fell out of a roller coaster.
Oh, man.
And
Yeah.
therefore she did not ride roller coasters. She used to ride roller coasters all the
Yeah.
time before that. As soon as her cousin fell out,
Yeah.
she's like, nope, never again.
Yeah, that's crazy.
So I have like some secondhand anxiety from all of that, besides being afraid of heights and not being overly fond of roller coasters. So the
Right.
opening sequence is really effective for me. I do like the needle drops, but I think as far as it goes with Final Destination, I like the first three films in decreasing order. And
Right.
I actually really like Bloodlines. Bloodlines was a lot better than I
Yeah.
expected, and I know that is not a popular opinion. Um,
Well, I
but
don't I thought
okay,
Bloodlines was fantastic and
okay,
fits very well with the series and is one of the high points of the series,
okay,
honestly. So,
okay,
yeah. No.
okay. But all that being said, while it's not my favorite horror franchise, and we can dig into the whys, and it's mostly
Right.
like the latter films that are just like, this is not working for me. Good for you if it works for you. It wasn't for me.
Yeah.
But what I like about them is that you have this question like, okay, we are human beings. We know that we're all going to die eventually.
Yeah.
What do we do with the time we have? Are
Yeah.
we scared? Are we running from death? Uh, or are we making the most of the time that we have? You know, I love the question,
Yeah.
and so for that, I will give the franchise points. So
Yeah. No, I think it's a very good franchise. Like I said, I think I agree with you. I think that it's the series diminishes from one, two to three to four. Four is the worst one. I think it takes
yes,
at five it goes up again, and then six it's up. So
yeah,
like it decreases, but I still like two and three for what they're doing, for
hmm
expanding the lore and changing things. To each time it's a little bit different. But I think that I still really enjoy them. Even number four, I think, while it's not the best of the series, it still has its moments and is still entertaining enough that I still find enjoyment in parts of it, even if it's not the whole thing. Um, but this one, yeah, I think this one's very much carried by Winstead's performance.
yeah,
Because she is doing, for somebody who's early in her career and everything like that, she is pulling the weight of all this, and you feel the weight of everything that's happened already to her, and then everything that continues to happen to her.
hmm
Um, so I like that she is definitely carrying that well through the entire um, movie, and so, which is good. You want a protagonist in these that you can feel for, and you root for, even though based on the other ones that you've seen that literally nobody makes it out alive. And so, it's that's what I think is great um with this series in general, is largely that you have likable enough main characters, the person who has the premonition and stuff, um and so that's what's And it doesn't matter about the rest of the cast because the rest of the cast you want to see die. Like that's the whole point of watching these movies is seeing how they're going to die in these very elaborate death scenes. And so it's that's the fascination with the whole thing. And um and yeah, I don't know. I think this one's fun. I'm with you. I don't like roller coasters. I'm not afraid of heights. I've just never been into like just the whole deal of roller coasters.
Hmm.
I've been on a couple, but I was just like, nah, I'm good. I'm good with the spider and the tilt-a-whirl. I don't like that gravitron thing that's like sticks you to the wall and everything like
Mm.
that. I don't care about that stuff. I mean, I haven't been to an amusement park in like a long time. I think probably since I took the kids to Disneyland back when
Yeah.
they were really young.
Mm.
Like God, almost 20 years ago now.
Yep.
Wow.
Hmm.
That makes me feel really old. But yeah. But yeah, it's funny though too because the cast members had to ride that roller coaster 26 times on the same night to film that
Oh
premonition scene.
gosh.
So
I,
yeah.
part of the reason, besides being scared of heights, the other reason I don't do roller coasters is that I am prone to motion sickness. And
Oh
so
yeah.
I,
Yeah.
I went to Disneyland earlier this year. I found if I made friends with Dramamine in the morning, I could do the roller coasters. And I don't mind the roller coasters at Disney so much because they are either indoors, because
Yeah.
that's less scary to me for some reason,
Yeah.
or they're not super intense. Uh,
Yeah, I think there's only like a couple of them that are really intense at Disneyland too, is like
mhm.
Space Mountain and
I wouldn't
the
even call
Matterhorn
space.
and stuff.
I enjoyed Space Mountain. I didn't get to ride the Matterhorn.
Yeah.
Um, but even
I
so,
didn't go on either one.
yeah. Well, in the Incredicoaster, which I don't know if that was there when you
I
went.
don't think that was there.
Yeah,
Yeah.
that one was pretty fun. That was a
Yeah.
Incredibles themed roller coaster.
Yeah,
But
yeah.
all that being said, even if I had taken extra strength Dramamine like I did every day when we were at Disney, 26 times? No,
No,
this is
yeah.
not gonna
No.
work. Oh
Yeah,
my
I could not have
gosh.
done that. Yeah.
No. I hope they had
Yeah.
like some stunt doubles or something like that doing like yeah, a rotating cast of stunt doubles.
I yeah, I'm not sure
Whew.
if they did or not. Yeah.
Oh my
So,
gosh. Ugh.
um, well, going back to what you were saying about Tony Todd and him being in the series, he was obviously in the first two movies.
Right.
He's not in this one physically. He is the
Right.
voice of the devil in the at the roller coaster, and
Right.
he's also the voice on the speaker in the subway at the end.
Sure.
So, so he did participate. He just wasn't physically there. This
Right.
is one of only two movies that he's not in the whole franchise. He's not in number four either.
Mm.
Um, and I suspect number four because their budget was small.
Mm.
Um, well, I think their budget wasn't too bad. I just think they used a lot of it on 3D and
I was about to
CGI.
say that was the one that
So
was in 3D, correct?
yeah, yeah.
Yeah. Mm.
So so he was in the movie. He just wasn't in. He wasn't as Bloodworth,
Mm-hmm.
which was disappointing. Obviously,
Yeah.
he's a
Yeah.
great character. Um, but yeah, you get your roster of um characters in here. You get the main girl played by Winstead, like we said. Ryan Merriman is her friend's boyfriend. Um, she's got a boyfriend. She got the friend on the ride. There's this jock football player guy on there. There's the two kind of like airhead bimbo girls. Um,
Mm-hmm.
and then there's the skeezy, already graduated pervin on the young girls guy.
Yep.
Um, Frankie Cheeks, I think his name was. I
Oh my
can't remember
gosh.
exactly.
What a gross dude name.
Yeah,
Frankie
no,
Cheek.
exactly. Frankie
Grody.
Cheeks. Yeah.
Gross. Ah.
um, and then we've got Mary Elizabeth Winstead's sister, also played by Amanda Crew, who was um, she's been in some other stuff later that I enjoyed. But uh, but I think that rounds out most of the group, if
Mm-hmm.
I'm remembering correctly. Um, but like again, I don't think any of us really are bummed about. um any one of the people dying like outside of the main group, obviously.
Right.
We've got in that crash, the she manages to get everybody off except for her boyfriend and her best friend, and they end up dying on the ride. So now the friend's boyfriend and her are the duo trying to figure out what's going on.
Mm-hmm.
And I'm glad they didn't try to make them like a love interest type
Yeah,
thing.
like a
They
couple.
turn
Yeah.
they turned them into friends when they didn't really like each other at first.
Mm-hmm.
Which was great. I thought that was a lot better. Um um and then just the whole sequence with the roller coaster. I thought it was really well done. I mean, obviously it's fairly heavy with the CGI. That's what they could do. They couldn't really wreck a roller coaster. I mean, they probably could have, but they wouldn't have been able to do it with the people on it, obviously.
Right, right, right.
And they may have done that. They may have. I don't know exactly the 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 trivia on that, but they definitely could have done that. Um, let's see who I'm trying to think of like the order that they died in. Is it the girls first?
It's the two like
The
bimbo
tanning
girls.
bed,
Yeah,
right?
in the
Yeah.
tanning bed. Yep.
Okay, so I will say, like, because it's very silly. I like the elaborateness of it. Obviously,
Yeah.
it's the elaborateness of these death scenes are always great because they always try to go,
Mm-hmm.
okay, well, it might be the one thing and it might be this other thing. It's always some elaborate combination of everything.
Yeah.
Um, and I love that, it was all of that. The main thing that I really loved about that sequence was at the end when you see the two tanning beds and they're on fire, and it immediately cuts to the coffins next to each other. Also,
Right.
it's one of the best graphic matches in movies that I've seen because it's just so like it's so starkly like just I don't know, terrible.
Mm-hmm.
You're like they're
Yeah.
screaming and dying in these burning up things, and then it's just like smash cut, and then it's like
Yeah.
two coffins sitting there, and it kind of makes you laugh just because it's like this tension filled moment, and then it's just like boom, and then it like okay, that's weird, but it was perfect. So go ahead.
Well, oh well, even so, even in the scene where they're trapped in the tanning beds, they're screaming, whatever. Love Roller Coaster is playing, and we just
Yeah,
had Death by
yeah,
Roller Coaster. I'm like, oh, y'all didn't die on the roller coaster. Well, the Love Roller Coaster's coming for you in the
yeah,
tanning bed. Oh my gosh.
yeah.
Except
That
it's
was
the
great.
Death Roller Coaster. But my goodness. Gosh, but yeah,
Yeah,
perfect needle drop. And then, oh my gosh, what's the song? I mean, we're jumping ahead. Oh,
yeah,
Love Train. They play Love Train over the end
yeah,
credits. I'm like,
yeah.
oh my gosh, absolute perfection with the needle drops there. And I
Right.
didn't
Oh,
notice that the first time I watched it. But
yeah.
yes, fantastic. Go ahead. What were you gonna say, bro?
Yeah, no, I remember there was another couple of characters, the like kind of goth kids that were also on the roller coaster that managed to get off that we'll get back to later.
Yeah, 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 yeah.
Um but yeah, it was so apparently the stunt team invented a type of protective fire gel for the tanning bed scene that allowed the performers to be safely burned without causing any injuries.
Oh my
Um
gosh.
yeah. So they invented that and got an award from the Academy Award for Scientific and Technical Achievement for it. So,
Yeah, I would like some of that, please. And as somebody
so
prone to sunburn, does it work on
yeah.
like, does it prevent sunburn? Because I need that.
Yeah, I
I
mean it
try really hard not to
might,
set
but
myself on fire, but
yeah. But I mean, yeah, there's that sequence where you see both of them like on flames in there. I just thought
yeah,
they did it digitally,
I
so
assumed that too. Good, wow. Well done, well
yeah,
done, special
yeah,
effects department.
yeah. So um let's see. Uh yeah, so it is let's see. But yeah, I so that sequence was a lot of fun. I really enjoyed that. They did because the girls are both like nude in that sequence and stuff. which is like one of the more, I think, when you're watching the series, they have little bits here and there of nudity. I think
Hmm.
this is the only one that's the like really extended amount of it.
Yeah,
Um,
yeah. That's the only one I remember anyway. I remember thinking it's
yeah,
like, okay, well, this is here we have the gratuitous boob shot.
yeah,
Cool.
yeah. But the directors made it a closed set, and only the camera operator and the director were present during that time.
Okay.
So it was good, especially for something that was in the early 2000s. We still hadn't had a lot of that. It
Hmm.
was getting better with
Right.
that kind of stuff. So I like that they actually closed the set. They were very mindful of it. This movie was directed by the same guy who directed the first one.
Hmm.
So
James Wong.
um, James Wong.
Hmm.
Um, so we had James Wong on one and three, and then we had David R. Ellis on two and four. So
Mm.
we had, they exchanged hands a couple of times on these. Um, but I think, like you said, I think this one is good. I think it just, I don't know, maybe it's the characters. Maybe I just didn't feel as much for the characters, didn't really care for them. Maybe it was just at that point
Mm.
the concept was played out or something. I don't know. I enjoy it. I don't get me wrong. I really do enjoy it. Watching these all has been fun, going back through them all. Every time I do this, it's a lot of fun just watching, seeing all the death sequences and everything. But
Hmm.
yeah, there's just something, I don't know, something slightly missing from it. Maybe just like with the first movie, the cast of characters, you got to know them fairly well. This one, I guess this one they were all caricatures. You had the
Hmm.
the, the bimbo girls, the perv guy, the meathead, and the goth guy, the goth kids and stuff. And so it was just like maybe it was just a little too caricature-ish
Yeah.
rather than actual character depth.
Hmm.
So I think maybe that's where I get with it. Um, but yeah, after this, we get the Frankie Cheeks death, which was interesting because they're running around Mary Elizabeth Winstead and Ryan Merriman's characters. They are, trying to figure things out. They've got her pictures. She started to make the um, connection that her pictures foretell the deaths. They think that his has to do with some ladder thing that he did. And then I think uh, so they're trying to figure it out. They pull over to get some food because they haven't eaten or whatever. Um, and then they've got so now they're in a drive-through that they can't get out of. There's a car in front of them. There's a car behind them. And then they notice that this truck that they passed by earlier is now careening towards them without the driver in it. Um, and uh, then this other truck blocks them in, so they can't get out of their car. Which is again, I love the whole aspect of these stupid death scenes because they are just elaborate, like way overly elaborate, and just so much fun. Um, because you're just like, how are they going to get out of this?
Mm.
Um, and they manage to somehow get out of the car. The truck hits the car behind them, shoves the engine through their car and into the back of the head of the guy who was in front of them, who turns out to be Frankie Cheeks. So
Mm.
um, it's a it's a and they didn't even realize it was him in front of them.
Right.
Um, so they're trying to figure out how to save him beforehand, and they don't even realize it's him in front. Um
Yeah.
yeah, so it's just crazy. And gory, and all the best things you love about the Final Destination franchise.
Yeah.
So you know and the good thing is, you didn't really miss him. It was a
No.
very sleazy, gross guy. Um,
Nope.
who you were not sad to see go. Um, so this is kind of funny too. This is an interesting piece of trivia. References to presidential assassinations include the name of the town and high school, which were McKinley, and the names
Mm-hmm.
of the subway stations, which were Booth and Oswald. So
Ooh, good catch. I missed that.
yeah, the map
Yeah.
in the subway shows Ruby Drive, 63rd, and Heidel stations.
Mm-hmm.
Oswald used the name Alec J. Heidel and was killed by Jack Ruby. So,
Mm-hmm.
and then Abraham Lincoln's assassination was literally mentioned in the film too, as well.
Mm-hmm.
So,
Mm-hmm.
lots of goofy, um,
Well, and
fun
do I
stuff like
remember
that.
correctly that um Kennedy was assassinated in 1963?
63, yeah,
Yeah.
yeah. So, um, so yeah,
Yep,
lots of
63.
fun stuff with that. Yeah.
Hmm.
I think the next person they go to save is the football player,
Yep.
who's now, I guess, at his college football um, team. He's in there exercising, and they try to save him from getting from what they assume is to be cut by swords, which they do see is in this gym. They've got like these swords precariously perched above the students in such a way that they could have gotten hurt by these at any point. It's just like the worst like OSHA violations ever.
Oh, so many. I'm like, yeah, yeah, somebody's gonna get a visit after this.
Right.
Oh my gosh.
Um, but yeah, so you know, that one goes pretty quick. That one's pretty brutal. He gets two weights slammed into the sides of his head. So yeah, it's just crazy. Um, and then I think it's just the goth kids after that. Um, they go to help these two goth kids who happen to work at a Home Depot style home
Hmm.
improvement store, and like with I mean anybody who's been to a home improvement store knows that that place is just teeming with death, around every
Yeah,
corner.
yeah, yeah.
Um,
Hope you're never in one in an earthquake, because
right?
you're getting smushed.
Yeah, like just yeah, the huge, shelving and all the dangerous implements on it, hammers and nails and saw
Hmm.
blades and everything else.
Hmm.
And there's multiple instances in this sequence too of them like very close to like getting hurt or dying. Um, and ends up the girl of this duo ends up getting nailed in the head by a nail gun. It is just is so bad.
Grody.
um is bad. Luckily
Oh,
the guy
yeah.
survives, but go ahead, what were you gonna
Oh,
say?
no, I was just saying all the kills and attempted kills in this film. I'm just like, well, they're, splatter everywhere. Gross.
Yeah,
Yeah, I mean, which is part of the reason, like, it's not scary, it's just silly. Uh
yeah,
because they're so over the top, it just looks absurd. But at the same
yeah,
time, like, it's not difficult to imagine, firing a nail gun the wrong way, and
right.
there you go.
Well, I
No,
think
thank
this
you.
is what is great about the series is that
Hmm.
this series taps into everyday fears,
Yeah,
more so than like a slasher coming to get you. Because that, I mean, sure, we could all be afraid of somebody like trying to kill us and getting into our house and killing us like
hmm,
that, Michael Myers or style or something like that. But that doesn't happen that often. Whereas like
hmm,
accidents really do happen a lot.
yeah,
Um, and it is so these tap into those real fears of a roller coaster accident, which happens. People really do get hurt by nail guns. People really do have car accidents. Um, you know, getting hurt by gym equipment or getting like burned in a tanning salon. They might be a little bit more far-fetched, but they're still real.
right.
And I love that a lot of these things are so based in reality that it really enhances those things. And like you said earlier, with number two and that stupid logging truck,
Hmm.
literally that changed how everybody drives now. Anybody who gets behind a logging truck immediately, I see it all the time. I'll be behind several cars. I won't even see the logging truck. And then everybody will merge over to get around it because nobody wants to be behind a logging truck.
To
Um,
be
so
fair, I did that and with those trucks that are hauling like five cars,
oh yeah.
five or six cars. Uh, long before I even heard of these movies, I'm just like, I don't think it's a good idea to drive behind one of those because if one of those things
No.
comes loose, that's going to end poorly. So I'm going to go around. I've always done that, and now that I know, like, oh, there is a movie basis for why people do that, I was like, I just don't understand why people didn't think of that before. Like that
Yeah,
just
yeah.
makes sense to me.
Oh, it's too funny.
Hmm. But
But
yeah,
yeah,
but to your point, I get
yeah, yeah,
it.
yeah. I think it's I think that that's what is fun about the series, like I was saying. It's
Hmm.
just it taps into all those fears. Um, and then we get a finals the big final sequence really of there's it's the 4th of July and this town of McKinley is celebrating 4th of July. This big fireworks thing and she realizes Mary Elizabeth Winstead realizes that there was one more person on the roller coaster that she didn't realize before, and it's her sister.
Mm.
And now she's got to go try to save her sister, who's at this thing, and her friends who were also on the ride with her.
Yep.
And so she gets there. They manage to save the sister, but the goth kid is now um, kind of it feels like he's like trying to it feels like he's gonna kill her. Like he's there to try to kill her to stop everything from happening.
Hmm.
Because his girlfriend died earlier at the store.
Right.
And so but through all the, sequence of events, um it's like came around and skipped back over to him. And he ends up getting like just demolished by this crane. But it's like again, this is like the most elaborate sequence of the whole thing because there's a horse, there's fireworks, there's all these instances of oh, what's going to kill him? What's going to kill him? And you think it's this thing or another thing, and then it ends up being this crane, which didn't even factor in really until
Right.
the very end sequence, the very end of the sequence.
Hmm.
Um, and then but it's just it's crazy. So once he's gone, then it kind of wraps up and you're like, okay, things are good. And then it goes to I don't even remember how much time has passed, but now Mary Elizabeth Winstead's on a subway train and she's with her new college friends. And uh she's starting to get like the weird premonition of like something's gonna happen on
Hmm.
here. And so she tries to get off the train, but just as she tries to get off the train, her sister is there and they get on the train. Um, and so they're sitting there talking, and then they realize that Ryan Merriman's character is also there, which they didn't know. And so then she ends up having a full premonition of the subway train completely derailing and all of them dying.
Hmm.
And then comes back to it, and then she tries to stop it, and it literally doesn't stop and manages to kill them all, which is the greatest thing. I think that's the fun thing about these movies is that you love watching them try to figure it out and trying to figure out the plan and trying to escape it all, but usually by the end they're all dead.
Mm.
Um, there was a deleted scene from this movie too that actually in number two, two of the characters survive. Um,
Ooh.
and so while like what happened in the first one, two of the characters survived. One of them died between one and two. The Devon Sawa character died.
Hmm.
And then Ali Larter's character dies in number two. Well, then in two, those two survive. The other two survive, and then there was supposed to be mention of them dying at some point,
Right.
having died in some kind of accident. It ended up getting deleted. Um, but yeah, so everybody who's been in these movies has died eventually through some freak accident.
Right.
Um, so so I love that there's that this is that kind of franchise is that you just as much as it's fun to watch them try to figure it out and get through it all and everything like that, it's the thing is true that just death is going to get you no matter what. Like,
Yeah.
so
It
you
is
know,
inevitable.
it is.
Hmm.
So, um, but yeah, it makes for a good ending, I think. I think overall, again, I think the movie's good. I think the problem is the characters are really thin.
Mm,
And you don't really end up caring much for them other than Mary Elizabeth Winstead's character.
right.
Um, because she does a lot of heavy lifting with, because she's just, she's trying to solve it all. She's got the weight of her friend and her boyfriend dying
Yeah.
throughout it. And it's just, yeah, she does it all really well. And I think that's, why out of this group of actors, she's really the one that's like has had the best career because, she's just got the good, even early on, you could tell she had the talent.
Hmm. Yeah, yeah. I was trying to think what was the very first thing I ever saw her in. I'm reasonably certain it was Scott Pilgrim.
Yeah.
Yeah, but did not know she hails from Rocky Mount, North Carolina, which is
Hmm.
about 3 hours east of me. So,
That's funny.
yeah. But anyway, Mary Elizabeth Winstead, just wonderful in everything I've ever seen her in.
Oh yeah.
Oh my gosh, I forgot she was Hera in Ahsoka. Okay.
Yeah.
Anyway,
Yeah.
yeah, yeah, yeah. So many thoughts. But just a really great actress. Really is the reason I like this movie. And what I like about her, not just in this film, but just in general, is that she's not afraid to try different kinds of things.
Yeah.
Like she does a lot of horror. Her early career was very much entrenched in the horror genre. The Ring
Oh yeah.
2, Final Destination, Black Christmas, Grindhouse, Death Proof.
Yeah.
So lots of like horror and genre exploitation kind of films.
Hmm.
But then gosh, 2016, 9 years ago, she does 10 Cloverfield Lane and just gives this
Yeah.
insanely good dramatic performance. And she's just got range. And
Yeah.
I love that she is, one of these actors who is just, she could be in any movie that she wants to. Let's be
Right.
real. Like she's got the range, she's got the chops to do it. But I think she really likes sci-fi and she likes horror because that
Yeah.
is the bulk of, and she likes weird. She's not afraid to be weird.
Yeah.
And also
Yeah.
she's married to Ewan McGregor, so
Is
he
she? That's
he
interesting. I didn't realize that.
he is married to Ewan McGregor. They've been married since 2022. Yeah.
Interesting.
Yeah, just been married been 3 years. They got a baby. Wow.
Yeah, I was just looking through her IMDb too while you were talking about
Mm-hmm.
that. And yeah, she's been in a large portion of horror stuff.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, she was just in the remake of The Hand That Rocks the Cradle. Um,
Yeah.
and but she's definitely she likes to play in genre
Yeah.
that is just mostly horror. Um, and like you said, some sci-fi stuff here and there. She was
She
in a
already
season
did.
of Fargo.
Yeah.
Um,
Yeah.
so she does quite a bit of TV stuff as well. I
Mm-hmm.
didn't realize she was in so much. Um, but
Yeah.
yeah, so it's nice to see that she obviously really likes that stuff. I never even really thought about how much she had done in horror.
Yeah.
So I think that's really cool.
Yeah.
Um,
Yeah.
I
Mhm.
have to check out some of these other things that I haven't seen her in. Um,
Yeah, yeah. I think about the only thing that she hasn't done is a Marvel movie. Um,
yeah, yeah.
so I'm just now gonna wait for her to show up in a Marvel something something. She already
She's
got
done a
DC.
DC. She's done
Yeah,
a
she did Birds of
Star
Prey.
Wars.
Yeah,
Yeah,
she did Star Wars. Yeah, just jump into some Marvel. And
yeah.
you want to do some Star Trek? Starfleet Academy is coming. You'd be great in that. Let's go. Let's go.
Yeah, there you go.
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
I would suggest there's a Netflix movie she did called Kate. It's a like an action
Mm,
flick that she
mm-hmm,
did.
mm-hmm.
She's it's no spoiler. She's poisoned in the very beginning of the movie, and she's only got like 24 hours to live or something.
Okay.
And so she's got uh she's got to, you know, take her revenge on the people who murdered her. So, um,
Yeah. Not dead
it's a
yet.
fun, yeah. So it's a fun little movie. It's a
Interesting.
little like it suffers from the same issue that a lot of Netflix movies do. That
Hmm.
she's that the movie itself is like maybe 20 to 30 minutes too long.
I got you.
Um, but uh, I enjoyed it. I thought it was pretty good. So,
Okay.
uh, but
Have to check that out. See, Woody Harrelson is in it, so that's always a good
yeah,
reason to
yeah,
watch a movie in my book. So,
yeah, absolutely.
hmm.
So, all right. That I mean, I don't have much else to say about this movie. I think it's fun. It's
Hmm.
definitely not as good as the first two, but I thought, but it's only by like increments. I think
Yeah, yeah.
there's
I
nothing
mean,
about it that really is egregious, other than the very generic characters.
yeah,
So,
yeah, and because I didn't really care about any of the characters except
yeah,
for Mary Elizabeth Winstead and uh, what is the lead fella's name? Who's
Ryan Merriman. Yeah,
Ryan Merriman. Yeah, yeah. I didn't really care about too many of the characters other than him. I did think the gal who played her sister was good, and
yeah.
I having a younger sister, I kind of connected with that, and uh, you know, it's something about these films. Like I think one thing that you can take away from each of them is that they're definitely entertaining.
Yeah.
Whether some are better, definitely better than others, but they're definitely all of them are entertaining in their own way. So, solid popcorn flick. And
Yeah.
worst ways to spend an hour and a half than by watching Final Destination 3. And if nothing else, I think you're gonna enjoy, we've already said Mary Elizabeth Winstead, but I think you're gonna enjoy the needle drops too because they're
Oh
all
yeah, definitely.
really as a soundtrack dork. Like I thought they were all really good, and especially the opening and closing songs with Love Roller Coaster and Love Train.
Right.
All we're missing is Love Car and Love Plane for these. So
Right.
however many other vehicles you want to feel the love
That's
in.
funny.
So, but
All right. Yeah, that's all I had. Uh, if you don't have anything else, you can let people know where they can find you online.
sure. So, if you want to connect with me on socials, I am on Bluesky, Mastodon, and Facebook at The Nerdy Blogger. You can read my words on my blog, nerdyblogging.wordpress.com. I don't know when this is dropping, Robert, but soon that will be thenerdyblogger.com in process of having my website redone.
Okay.
Depending on when this drops, nerdyblogging.wordpress.com or thenerdyblogger.com. You can also read my words on fangirlish.com, where I write about film and television, mostly Star Trek. As Robert mentioned up at the top, you can hear me on 4 different shows. If you're interested in Star Trek, check out We Are Starfleet on the Film Stories Podcast Network. If you're interested in Star Trek and Gene Roddenberry, creator of Star Trek, or just TV history in general, check out Mission Log Genealogy, which is all about Gene Roddenberry's pre-Star Trek TV writing. Into Marvel, check me out on Podcast 616. That is Podcast 616. Also on the Film Stories Podcast Network, where Hugh Mixday and I are talking Marvel with a full Avengers roster of guests, many of which have been Robert.
Yep, I've been on
Yep.
quite a few.
Yeah,
Yep.
yeah, man. And then also you can listen to me on Video Store Podcast. Check us out at videostorepodcast.com. But that's myself and 3 other rotating hosts now. We got a third fella on there,
Okay.
where we each take an episode and talk about like a theme or an actor, director, etc., and offer movie recommendations or TV special recommendations, kind of like what you would get at a movie theater, so or at a video store. You might get them at the movie theater too, but specifically like the video store.
Yeah.
I think that's all the places you can hear and listen to and connect with me. Gosh, it's not like I run my mouth for a living.
Yeah,
Yes,
right.
yeah, no, literally I do. I moonlight as a DJ too, so lots of running my mouth for a living. But anyway, I think that's it.
Well, thanks again for coming on. I very much appreciate it. This was a lot of fun as always.
Always, always, dude. Always looking forward to listening to your show and being on your show because
Yeah.
you're good people, Rob. You always have good folks on,
Thank
and
you.
it's always an interesting discussion. And you're not a dude, bro. So thanks for not,
Yeah. Yeah.
thank you for being a non-toxic man.
Yeah. I try. Yeah.
I appreciate it. I appreciate it.
Yeah.
Yeah, man.
Well, thank you again. I appreciate the kind words and for you coming on,
Oh, of
as
course.
always. So,
Anytime, anytime.
and I'm sure we will have you on again sometime in the new year. I'll let you know when there's something
Yeah.
new that you might be able to plug into. So,
Yeah, man. Anytime. Anytime. Happy to
all
jump in.
right. Well, until next time, stay creepy.
Stay creepy.
Thanks for listening. Creepy and Geeky is produced and hosted by Robert Clark. If you like what you've heard, please consider giving the show 5 stars and a review on Apple Podcasts and Spotify, and share the podcast on social media to help spread the word. Make sure to subscribe on your favorite podcast app or at creepyandgeeky.com. You can follow the podcast by going to creepyandgeeky.com and clicking on any of the social links. If you'd like to follow me, you can find my links at geekthulu.com. You can support the podcast by ordering teas and more on TeePublic or by donating to the coffee page. All of the links are in the show notes. Finally, don't forget, stay creepy.